Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Real Spit. You're about to get hit with the real spit. This is where we deal with things like street enlightenment, right? Things that are going to help us become better persons or peoples in the world. Before we get going today, which is a really gentle topic today, we're going to talk about good parent messages. Things that your parents may or may not have said that you can say to yourself to help with your quality of life and your well-being. But before we get started, and pretty much in unison with a good parent message, we're going to do what we always do. Start off with a hearthstone, ladies and gentlemen. The hearthstone is going to set the tone for the day. So as I dig in here, reaching. Let's see what the day. Oh, genie back up. Tenderness. Wow, that's pretty deep, because today is going to be a lot about tenderness. There's going to be some tenderness. So I'm going to get right into it. Parents are so important, and some of us have tumultuous relationships with our parents. Some of us have a really close and bonding relationship with your parent. Whatever it is, sometimes we have to take care of ourselves. We have to be our own parent. And so I brought a little special guest star today. I'd like you guys to meet this guy here. And with this guy, when my kids were coming up, whenever I wasn't around, I used to let this guy hang out with my kids. Right? So you can see the striking resemblance there. But so anyhow, homeboy, and then I used to say good things to my kids through this guy's voice. So whenever I was not absent, whenever I wasn't around, the voice and the feeling and the energy behind this little guy would be with them. And now they have, I don't know if they have a need for it. I don't know if they even remember this little dude here. And somehow it's back with me. How'd that happen? Like, how come they don't, Anyhow, that's that. It's sexy too, yeah. Look at that, Anyhow, I want to go ahead and get right into it. These are the good parent messages. And I'm going to read these good parent messages off. And I would like you to track your body and see if anything hits you. You know what I mean? So just listen, let it wash over you. And then if you're like, oh yeah, I'm good in that area. Oh yeah, I'm good in that area. Eventually something may pop up. And you're like, wow, it might cause a little bit of a disturbance. You might change the way that you're breathing. It might hit you somewhere in your body or on a cellular level. And that's the one more specifically that you should pay attention to. So we're going to go through this with tenderness and care, right? And see if any of these good parent messages are something that you received in your life, or something that you haven't received, and see if you have some kind of masking over it in your adult life. The very first one, of course, is I love you. So just let that settle in. And did you get that? Did you get a lot of that from your parents? I love you. I want you. You are special to me. You are special to me. Your parents ever sat you down and just looked you right in the eye or held you and said, you are special to me? I see you and I hear you. Have you ever been heard and seen by your parents? Felt validated in that way? It's not what you do, but it's who you are that I love. Is that a message you ever received from your parents? It's not what you do, but it's who you are that I love. I love you and I give you permission to be different than me. I love you and I give you permission to be different than me. I'll take care of you. See if that washes over you. Did you receive that from either one of your parents? I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you even when you die. Now that's kind of deep, but did you ever feel that way, that your parents would, that they will be there for you even if you die? That's deep. That's a heavy one. So we're halfway there. Take a deep breath. And if you guys have received all these messages, congratulations. And if not, then just hold on to what was missing. You don't have to be alone anymore. That's number 9. You don't have to be alone anymore. Number 10, you can trust me. Did you get that feeling from your parents? Right? You can trust me. Number 11, you can trust your inner voice. Right? Were you ever validated in thinking that whatever is inside you, right, that's something that you can trust? You trust your intuition. And was that ever reinforced by your parents? Number 12, sometimes I will tell you no, and that's because I love you. Right? That's the second part is really important. You know, sometimes many parents will say no to you. No, don't, can't, shouldn't. Right? A lot of negative infractions. But did they ever follow it up by saying, that's because I love you? So no is really different without that additional part added to it. Number 13, you don't have to be afraid anymore. You don't have to be afraid anymore. Number 14, my love will make you well. Is that something that was present in your relationship with your parents? The energetic feeling of my love will make you well. And number 15, I welcome and cherish your love. Has it been reciprocated? Have they said, listen, you know, not only do it starts off with I love you, but it ends with I welcome and cherish your love. So those are the 15 good parent messages. I think they're going to show up here or maybe down there or something like that. But I just want you to take a look at them. And if there's things that you received, hold on to that, right? But if there's areas that you felt like, you know, I never was really heard or seen, or I didn't feel like I could trust my parents, then this is the opportunity for you to become your own parent and for you to give that to yourself. You know, to build trust within yourself, right? To give yourself your own love, you know. Sometimes you have to tell yourself no. You have to be disciplined to do things that may be destructive or harmful to yourself. Sometimes you might have to leave a abusive relationship. Maybe you have to stop drinking or smoking or whatever the case is, right? And you're going to say no because you love yourself. So these good parent messages are great to receive from your parents, either one. But if you are missing them, and these are 15 good mantras that you can have to give to yourself. So that's the real spit today, ladies and gentlemen. We want to be tender, right? Walk in tenderness, right? Be mindful of the great things that you can provide for yourself as your own parent, right? And if you are a parent, I advise you to definitely share these things with your kids in the most authentic way that you can. Sometimes it's difficult as a parent to pass on to your own children good parent messages that you didn't receive. Like, how can you really let that lineage go if your parents never gave it to you and you don't really have it for yourself? To try to pass it on to your own child may seem a bit unauthentic, not real. You're going to have to find a way to make it real and true and honest for you, and that's by you giving it to yourself so it can be real. The energy can be real to your own child. So that's it. Episode of Real Spit today. 15 good parent messages. I hope it helps.